different character again.
I
And that's
don't
why I
know
really
about
appreciate that.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know about that.
Oh, well, hold on. To be fair,
Because
Wolverine
Ben,
for the last
Ben Percy really has Wolverine's voice nailed
Oh,
exactly.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
It is
I'm
so exact Wolverine. It's crazy. Just the very end of that issue where he's like, "Can somebody get us this sword out of my fucking neck?"
I loved it.
That was perfect.
This is what I'm saying in that Wolverine for the last decade has totally taken steps in all of the wrong directions. In terms of because he was an Avenger, because he was on every
Well, he wasn't alive for half of the last decade.
Yeah,
exactly. But prior to being killed off,
Sure.
He was overexposed, and he was
a lot.
stretched to the point that he was a caricature of the Wolverine we had all come to love.
Yeah.
And Ben Percy's run has really gotten back to me the reason a lot of us love Wolverine. Wolverine
hold on a second.
is a complex character.
Save that thought.
Go
this
ahead,
is the pre-show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show, and we actually have some stuff to talk about this week. So, anyway, it's brought to you by SpinWizComics.com, also available on iOS and Android. Why should I say anything? I'll let them say it for themselves. Go download that thing now. iOS and Android apps. It's literally free comics, y'all. Do not miss it. Check it out. We're randomly just talking shit on the books that came out last week, but soon we're going to talk about the books that are coming out.
Yeah, you're talking
this
shit.
week.
Jules has I don't know what Jules is going to say.
And drinking scotch.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, man, I need some of that.
Oh, it's like kissing a beautiful woman. It's so good.
I really like.
Go ahead, Jules, please.
Because I like the direction Ben Percy has taken Wolverine. As a Wolverine fan, to me, he's taken Wolverine back to the character we liked. A complex character that sometimes makes decisions we all don't understand because he has this absurd sense of honor that if you've done anything as far as diving into samurai stuff, it's honorable to make you make dumb decisions. Dumb decisions that can cost you.
Let me tell you why.
Like costing Krakoa
Let me tell you why you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
How many issues of Wolverine do we have since Dawn of X?
Like 7.
How many of those have been Ten of Swords tie-ins?
7? 8.
Like
it's
2.
Been 7, and 2 of them. So what you're saying is based on one arc
where you fought vampires.
Percy has done.
Where you fought vampires.
Where there was vampires. He's done that before. Wolverine has fought vampires before.
I just appreciate it because it was more back to basics, for Wolverine,
Agreed.
which he hasn't been
done in a really long time. I mean,
he's been dead. He's been dead, and then he's been
dead. Let's be honest. Since Enemy of the State, Wolverine has been the most overused character in the Marvel universe.
What's wrong with that? Why are you saying that like it's a negative thing?
I'm saying that it's a negative in that when you have a character,
it is a negative thing. I mean, you say the same shit about Batman all the time,
Yes, all the time. All
that Wolverine shit, for the most part, was wildly entertaining. Batman, except for the art, has been dog shit. Now I know that because I'm reading both characters.
Okay,
anything that comes out by both characters,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is, because Wolverine was so overexposed, you couldn't do anything complex with the character within his own book for a really long time. For a while.
Man. I don't know, man.
What do you mean?
They introduced Daken, they introduced Romulus, they introduced an entirely new backstory for him, all in a bunch of other
characters to focus on as opposed to
that's what they've always done.
Yes, that's my Wolverine.
His side characters are great, dude. They're literally using them in this Ben Percy.
I know.
Run.
I'm not disagreeing. That's the problem, though, for me. If you look at the last 15 years of Wolverine, most of the interesting parts of Wolverine comic books have been other characters. Wolverine stopped being interesting.
How is Wolverine interesting now with the vampire shit? In the context that you're...
Because it's actually just Wolverine doing something again. And you're allowing yourself to listen to Wolverine in his head.
Okay, so you're saying that hippie-looking CIA character isn't a new character that they're
Oh, it's a
also
new
focusing
character.
on in the
I'm
Wolverine
not
comic.
saying what I'm saying.
I don't know.
that-
I think I'm leading with Gomer on this one.
Well, I'm just countering everything he's saying.
I know
just
you're
think
trying
he's
to counter
wrong.
everything.
I'm enjoying Ben Percy's run, but
I'm
with
enjoying
that
Ben Percy's
said,
run.
I've enjoyed pretty much every Wolverine run since
I've
I started
enjoyed
collecting
most
Wolverine at
Wolverine
Volume 2.
I've enjoyed most Wolverine runs. I did not care for the Jeff Loeb run.
I didn't mind the Jeff Loeb run. Oh, your video just bucked
Oh, it
out.
just dropped out.
Bro.
Hold on a second.
Larry, let's get off of X-Men. We'll get
Yeah,
back to
let's go.
comics from last
Hey,
week
back.
if you want. Let's.
Hey,
Go ahead,
real
please.
quick, Jules, you need to get your camera back. So I was digging through some shit that my parents left, and I found something that you're really gonna enjoy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I found the original Megazord.
What?
Yeah.
No
He even comes
way.
apart and becomes each individual Zord
Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can zoom in on you, man.
and stuff. See?
Can I solo layout you? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, show it off. You're solo now. Show off a little.
The only problem is I don't have his shield. This is him all together. I don't have his shield, and the shield is the elephant's face. So I can put them all together except for the elephant.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It's pretty rad, dude.
That
Yeah,
is
man,
pretty
he's going
rad,
on my
though.
combiner shelf right between my my Devastator and my Bruticus.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. But
What are you talking about? He is a combiner.
He is
so
technically a
Voltron,
combiner.
but all right.
Voltron is definitely a combiner.
What is going
Voltron
on
is
at
like
at
the
Outright
combiner.
Geekery, at this Geek and Comics? This is what's going on. It took a hot second for the video to jump on there. I was like, what the hell? Oh, that's right. The Geekterion collection. We're doing another episode tomorrow, mañana, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Be
I'm
there.
excited, man. I watched this movie last night. I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
pumped.
I've watched it Saturday. So yeah, we're talking about The Matrix. I
Oh,
just
man.
got word today. What?
I just watched Johnny Mnemonic. We're not doing Johnny Mnemonic?
No, totally different movie.
Same thing.
I did just watch that movie, but
Why?
I love
Why?
Johnny Mnemonic.
Because my wife had never seen
Henry
it.
Rollins in that is dope.
Henry Rollins, yes, Spider.
My wife
Spider.
hadn't experienced that pain.
Oh man, Ice-T and the dolphin. The dolphin.
Yeah,
and
the dolphin.
Jesus.
But
Oh my God, that
FYI,
movie.
breaking news on tomorrow night's Geekterion collection. I do have it on a pretty firm confirmation that Leroy and Eli, the comic book bullies, will be showing up and hanging out and talking the Matrix with us.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
man,
awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a party.
So you know what that means. I'm gonna have to get my shit together and come up with a date for our next
yeah.
top 5.
Oh man, my list is done finally.
I heard the Bullies podcast today. They said their lists are done too. Eli's
Yeah.
got one more that he's got to, figure out which book he's going to put in that spot. But I mean, I think I told y'all I got hammered Saturday. Was it this Saturday? Last Saturday? It's hard to
Last
remember.
Saturday?
I think it was probably last Saturday. I got hammered and I was like, oh, let me look at my list. I hate all the books on my list except like
Yeah, that was last Saturday.
So I'm
Did you
not
take
sure what
Watchmen
I'm
off
going to
it
do.
yet?
Huh?
Did you take Watchmen off it yet?
No.
I
Watchmen's
did.
the only one I'm sure about for sure.
I definitely took it off.
So, Jules, before we start the actual show, which is the preview show, brought to you by Spinwiz Comics, this is the pre-show. Anything else in terms of books from last week that you want to talk about? Yeah, no, there wasn't much. Power Rangers.
That Power Rangers book was awesome.
The art was amazing, but I am not a fan of Power Rangers. I've just come to the realization it's not going to happen.
No, it's.
What I did
not
want
for
to
you.
talk about is
Not for me.
news because I don't know if you guys heard 2021 more than meets the eye. X-Men Transformers.
Yeah,
Facebook
that
dropped
actually broke today. I don't have that
Yeah.
image.
Oh, I didn't hear about this. Wait,
Yeah.
Hasbro, whenever they do a crossover with Transformers and
Mm-hmm.
a third-party franchise, they've been putting out these little teasers. Like for the TMNT one, they had Turtles logo and then the Transformers logo together, like on a little promo image. They did the same thing for the Ghostbusters one. So yeah, there is an
Blackbird
X-Men.
Transformer.
I don't know what else it could be.
Obviously, I think Danger is going to be involved because that's.
I would love to
Danger
see
involved.
Danger involved.
And Warlock.
Think
I would love to
the
see
Jet
Warlock.
will
Not
transform?
Warlock.
You don't want Warlock?
Hasbro
And,
will fuck up a Warlock just like they fucked up every Warlock action figure they've ever done.
I'm not going to disagree, but I love the idea of Warlock interacting with the Transformers.
But I'm telling you, I believe it is a Blackbird, the jet that the X-Men use, Transformer. I don't think there's going to be a comic book crossover. I don't think there's going to be any other kind. No, I don't think there's going to be any other kind of crossover. Let me tell you something. I will be the first guy in line. I will be waiting at the comic book shop door first thing Wednesday morning. If they do an X-Men, I will take the day off of work to make sure I get my hands on that as soon as possible. But I don't think it's going to happen. Why? Because Marvel is greedy as fuck.
But
they ain't gonna put IDW in the top 10 just because they want to do a Transformers comic.
But to be fair, Hasbro does make Marvel action figures. And IDW does put out Marvel Adventure comics.
You know, I am saying there is...
Yeah, but there's a difference between doing adventure comics and doing the X-Men.
Touche.
Now, it could be X-Men out of universe, you know,
not
on Krakoa.
It's still X-Men. It's a brand.
Exactly, dude. And it's the biggest brand in comics right now.
Ah, man, it would be awesome.
Somebody's arguing me about Batman the other day and Spider-Man because they happen to be in the top 10. And I'm like, dude, they're always in the top 10.
They're always in the top 10.
Every X book is in the top 10.
If you
even Hellions
is in I always put 10. That over that no matter what is happening, Batman and Spider-Man will always be books that sell. No matter how bad the writing is, as long as there's good art, people will buy those.
Superman used to be like that. It just after
Superman
years,
is no longer like that.
Years and years of sucking.
We could thank Blue Superman for killing that. Blue Superman did kill that. That was the first time Superman was not in the top 10.
Yeah.
And Superman has not really been a top 10 character since then.
All right, let's finish up the pre-show again. Brought to you by spinwizcomics.com. Also search for them on iOS and Android stores. I'm telling y'all, it's literally free comics.
Can't beat free comics, man.
What the hell? Just do it. Just do it. Let's start the show. My videos are all slow.
Well, there's an electricity in the air, folks. A palpable hue of anticipation.
Is there, though? Is there, though?
Maybe.
Bullies are trying to bully me into getting a new theme song for top 5, and I'm like, man, I don't want to.
No!
Don't let the bullies bully you.
Yeah, don't let the bullies bully you.
They're bully back. Yeah, bully back. And they team up. Greetings, geeks! Welcome back to another episode of This Geek in Comics. Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show. I am your co-host Gomer. With me, as usual, Adam Normal, Jules True, the true one. How is it going, gentlemen? Wonderful pre-show.
Yeah, good time.
What's the J stand for?
Jules. Believe it or not.
Make myself choke.
Choke on that Scotch, boy. Choke on it.
Anyway, we're talking previews. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get into the, next week's comics?
No,
not really, man. Awesome. Let's dive into them.
Let's do this.
I'm so stoked. Okay. That's not the one we want.
There it is.
The one we want. The key words here are, if you see something, say something. If you see a book that you want us to talk about, just say it. If you're excited about a book, let us know.
Yeah, man. We'll scroll right back up to it and we'll take a look at it.
That's right. We know there's a delay. So, all right. We start at DC. Why? Because DC books come out first.
Yeah, they come out midnight.
Aquaman 65.
This is like the end of that Aquaman run.
Yeah, because it's canceled.
Right. And it's just been okay.
Else. It's meandered a lot.
It
alternating writers has made it.
Yeah, that has definitely hurt it.
Yeah.
Batman 103 looks like a Goblin Hunter. Joker Hunter is Joker. What's his name? Clown Hunter? Yeah, because it says right there on the fucking cover, dumbass. Ghostmaker versus Clown Hunter.
You know all the guys he's created?
Yeah.
His punchline in there.
Oh, Gillian March and Dan Miki are on this issue of the artists. Those are two artists I absolutely adore. So, I mean, I'm reading it.
Fun cover
Yeah,
with.
I
it's,
mean, yeah, it's Batman. We're all reading it.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
a
liking
little
it. It's
It's just
underwhelming.
not exciting. It's
No,
not great.
it's very underwhelming.
It's terrible.
wouldn't call
All
it
right.
terrible.
Anything
I wouldn't
else
call it
again?
terrible.
It's just okay.
Ooh,
It's
Jenny
just
Frizen.
okay.
Jenny
I've
Frizen's
read
got
worse
one
Batman
cover.
runs.
Nice.
Well, that
That's
is
a nice cover.
Well, he only been around 80 fucking years. I hope
Yeah, I
you've
know.
read worse.
I've
But
definitely read
come
worse.
on.
Grant Morrison.
I love this right here. That's a nice cover.
Okay. That's it. It's really cute.
Dark Knight's Death Metal number 5. Finally, number 5.
Man, this is feeling like it's taking forever, guys.
It is taking forever because they're
Because
pushing
it's like one issue comes out a month, and then the rest of the month
God.
is filled with tie-ins.
Number 4 came out at like the beginning of October.
Yeah.
And now it's closer to the end of November. Yeah,
Yes.
it feels.
And every week has had a tie-in.
It is forever evil feeling in terms of, my God, when is this?
I don't really mind the way.
it. It's not that I don't like it. I'm going to clarify that to anyone who thinks I'm going to shit talk metal. It's amazing. But
It's not
just that
amazing. It's pretty
not
fun. though.
amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
just taking forever. And the amount of time it's taken to read the story is killing my interest.
I agree with that. It is. They're spacing out the release a little too much.
Way
It's spinning the
However,
wheels now.
I do like what they're doing
Yeah.
with the tie-ins for this event. Just one shots. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool,
love
man.
I like
That's
the
a
one
pretty
shots.
cool idea.
It doesn't bog down somebody else's book. It allows the one shots to really lend themselves to the story.
Mm-hmm.
But my gosh, it's just
Damn.
killing
Death
my
Metal number
vibe.
5. Archer.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
That's pretty good. Archer always looks like he's drawing the same chick in cosplay, though.
It does kind of feel that way, though.
He does.
Probably is.
It probably
I
is.
think he is. I think it's like he uses his wife as like a. I don't
I'm
know.
sure. I was just gonna say that. I'm sure it's just his wife.
Dollar Comics Sandman number 23.
Oh man, that
That's
spoiler alert.
it's
that
reprinting a
Sandman
famous
definitely
issue.
made my list.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's so good. I don't know
It
why.
is good. It is good.
Man, every
But
time
you
I
have to
reread
pick
it, I'm
one
like,
volume. See, Sandman's not really good unless you're reading
that
the
first
whole
volume's really
thing, yeah.
good.
the Preludes and Nocturnes.
Yes,
It is,
but it's not the best.
one.
Yeah, it's
No,
not the best arc of that book. And even the best arc of that book, it's only good if you've read the rest of it.
Exactly. That's why you
I
cannot
know.
pick
You
Sandman
can't pick
for
it
that.
because it introduces a
Well, I'm
whole
gonna
new
talk
universe
mad
to us.
shit on it.
Oh, talk all the shit you want. I know you will.
Justice League 57.
And
Yeah,
again,
it's just been all right.
it's just been. It's a
Same
lot of
with
good
Nightwing.
ideas.
It's been bad.
Most of DC is just okay. It's just
If
spinning
that.
its wheels.
Okay, we can all agree DC is at one of the lowest points it's been in a long time.
Yeah, it's
maybe
not,
in forever.
yeah.
Maybe in forever.
I don't know. Late New 52, it got
Yeah.
really
Late
bad.
New 52 got really bad.
It did, but at
Pre-Rebirth
least I was
real bad.
invested in the bad.
Yes.
Right?
I
Nothing
can
is
agree.
interesting. Even some of the bad stuff at the end of New 52 was at least interesting. I was compelled to try it. I'm
Here's
not
what I'm gonna
compelled
say.
to even try
The
anything
End
now.
of New 52 still had more good than this run has right
I
now.
agree with that.
I will
agree.
say that. End of New
Rorschach,
52 had
that's
had
a
more
bomb.
good.
Rorschach's a bomb. Number
Yeah, I'm
one
not
did
thinking
sell
it's a
quite a
bomb.
bit. I would be very surprised if number 2 breaks the top 10.
I feel
the
like
month
number
of
one
November.
sold because
It's
of
number 1.
fandom of Rorschach's character, especially given movie fans and
TV show fans.
TV show fans. But honestly, like if you're a reader, there's no way you're buying number 2.
I'm not. I hated the first issue. It was just bad.
Man, it was a snooze
Teen
fest.
Titans final issue.
47 is a weird issue to go
That
out.
was a weird issue to go out
This
on.
book hadn't been good since Damien left, so whatever. And that's it. They got Death Metal. Oh look, 3 Jokers already collected. Yeah, get
Oh
that
hell
shit.
yeah, and it's $30.
$30. I think that's more than if you bought the 3 issues.
That is
on-
because it's $7
That is-
an issue.
I mean, it is a
Yeah.
hardcover. You know, maybe that's a little.
It's a
You
hardcover.
know, I finally got around to reading it this weekend. Not impressed. I don't know why. It was.
It's
Guys,
not terrible, but
it's not terrible. but you
It's
should
not
never touch
good.
the
It's not
origin
what
of
it
the
should be.
Joker. should not ever touch the origin.
Yeah,
of the
I
Joker.
100%
No.
agree. Leave
Yeah, I agree
Joker
with
the
like
hell
every-
alone. He's been done to
I-
death. It's done.
done-
Just leave
No,
Joker
man.
alone.
He's
Move
better
on to
as
Clayface. Move on to
Yes.
the Riddler. Move on.
anybody else.
I don't care if you want
Anybody
to
else.
focus on a Batman villain, if you want to make him the next big thing. But Joker, he played out, man.
Man,
played
he's so
out.
played out. It was so contrived.
Played
It's
out.
very
All right, let's
contrived.
move on. Let's move on.
Let's do. Let's
Now
talk
we're on
about
to
it.
everything else. Image Comics, definitely on my top 3. Commanders in
Oh.
Crisis.
Oh
number
yeah,
2.
definitely. The first issue
Yep.
was great.
Steve Orlando, David Tinto. This is basically a big 2 comic book event at
Oh, it's
Image
awesome.
Comics. It
It's-
doesn't
So with none
include
of the
any of the Image
continuity,
Comics.
none of the continuity of a big.
None of the
two.
continuity,
Yeah.
all of the fun, everything you
Yeah.
want to read in an actual event book. It's a lot of fun.
It's a whole lot of fun. I was very impressed with the first issue. Very
I
excited
was
to get
very
the second.
impressed with the first issue. I love Steve Orlando. I always thought he should be given a more high-profile book. And
Yeah, he's
that
always
first
given
issue,
like minis
really-
and
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, they're giving
Yeah.
bullshit.
2 books
I
I'm
don't know why.
also reading are Big Girls and Black Magic. I read both.
Yeah,
those books.
I fell off of Black Magic just because of the delays.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I can understand that. It's still really solid.
Yeah,
Greg
Big
Rucka,
Girls is great.
the end of the arc.
I'm anxious to see how the first arc ends. I think there's 2 issues
I am
left
too.
to the
Yep.
Big Girls first arc, but fun series, man.
Fun series,
Darkness.
man.
25 years since the Darkness, y'all.
25.
That was old as fuck. I'm pretty sure I bought the
man.
Darkness with my own money. Like I had a job.
Yeah, I also
Fucking old
bought the first
bastard.
issue. I have issue 1 and Spawn issue 1 somewhere, actually.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
Die. Robert Kirkman has, I think, 3 or 4 maybe issues or series going right now.
Yeah, sure
This
does.
is the best one. People
This
are
is the only one
gonna
I'm
hit me
reading.
up because what's that other book he's got where they're in Philadelphia and it's like another universe or whatever that they travel to? You're not reading that, I guess.
I'm not reading. This is the only Kirkman book I'm
Yeah,
reading.
I'm not reading any Kirkman. I've given
This
him
is
enough
really
money.
good. Firepower is fun. That other one that he's doing, which
I'm not
cannot
reading
remember the name
Firepower,
of.
and I like Chris Sammy. I really thought about reading Firepower, but
Oh, this is Chris
Kirkman-
Samney's worst art he's ever done.
that's what everyone told me, and that's
It's
the only
bad.
reason I haven't touched it. I won't touch it.
I mean, it's good in
because
context.
Kirkman only writes in circles, and at least in this book, it's not felt that way yet.
Yes. And you're talking about Die.
Yes, I'm talking about Die
Dude.
Die Die. The reason I'm reading Die 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 is because Kirkman only writes in circles. He can never kill a villain. He always finds a way to bring it back. I never touched Firepower
He does the
because
same thing in this. There's 3
Yeah,
people who I thought, at least 3 people, they're dead, and they were back.
oh yeah, no, it is
But
definitely
it's very entertaining.
it's
it's
very
not only-
entertaining.
It's not only fun, but it's hyper violent, if you can't tell by
That's
the
what I
cover.
was just gonna say. That
And it's
at least
super
they're
woke.
doing hyperviolence. Yes,
It's super woke,
it's
man.
super woke in a totally different way. It's not his usual pandering book of
Yes.
I'm making this so that way it becomes a product later to be sold, which is why I won't.
Oh, yeah,
read
nobody will
Firepower.
pick this.
This will never be made into a TV show. This will never be made into a movie. This reminds me a lot of early Kirkman. It's the only Kirkman book to me right now that's worth reading. It's not my favorite book I'm reading right now, but it is really entertaining.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly really woke.
Ice Cream Man, always a good read every time it comes out.
It is.
Oh. Who's doing this cover? This cover's
Hmm.
rad.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
it's a Sorrentino cover.
Oh, that's why it's
Oh!
rad.
Oh my
I
God.
love his art.
Beautiful.
Oh
it's got
man,
full
those
camo.
eyes.
Oh,
Oh,
mouth eyes.
that's awesome.
If you're not
Love
reading
his
Ice Cream Man, you have screwed up. You need to go back and
Yeah.
pick up every issue. It is that damn good.
It's a really good book.
It's hard to explain. It's sort of like the Twilight Zone.
It
Every
is.
issue
It's a
is
lot
a
like the Twilight Zone.
standalone sort of story. However, there is a character like in Tales from the Crypt who is there all the time. And yes, he is the narrator sometimes, but a lot of times he's in the book in like a story. It's weird, but it's so
If you
fun.
like old horror comics, old pulp
Pulp.
comics,
It feels pulpy.
this is a really fun pulp book made for the modern age. It is not
Yeah.
just a throwback. It is done in the style of and made it to be adapted to it. So much fun.
Yeah. 7 to Eternity. This is the last arc, the first issue of the last arc, as
Is
far
it?
as I know.
Oh,
And man,
really?
this cover is
That's
This
beautiful.
Remender book is wrapping up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
you,
It
He
went on
ignored it for a
while,
long
and
time,
then
dude.
he ignored it for a really long time.
Well, he was doing that show.
Mhm.
What the hell show
Deadly
was he doing?
Class.
Yeah, he
Deadly
was doing
Class.
Deadly Class, and he was show running that shit. And
Yeah, he
dude,
was.
it was a
he
dope
wanted
show. It
It's a
sucks
really
that show
dope
got
show.
canceled, man.
Sucks
It got
that show got
canceled.
canceled
It's a
because
great
that
book. I still love that book.
I
Yeah,
love
me
that
too.
book, and know there's a sequel coming to the
Yep.
book, and I can't wait for that to drop because the book is amazing. The show never got to go where it really should have because the book just goes all the places you want it to. It's one of my favorite books. I'm glad Rick Remender got to come back and do this book too, though. This book is awesome.
7 to Eternity. Moving
I've
on.
been
Stillwater
trade
by
waiting for,
Zdarsky
7 to
Spicer.
Eternity. I love Stillwater. Stillwater's been great.
It's
It
a
is
great
horror
book.
too.
A very fun book. Man, I wish there was a preview for this damn thing. Man, I love
This
that
is
cover.
really good week. I mean, I know
it's
we
a great
buried
week. We're just in
the
Image.
opening segment. I was just gonna say that. We're just in Image.
That Texas Blood. Be happy you picked up a first issue of that Texas Blood. If you did,
it's the third printing already.
speculators are all over that thing. I saw an issue going for $35 last week,
What?
and just the first issue. That's early
good.
though. I mean,
It's definitely
good.
Really good book.
It's good. It's good. All right, moving on to Dark Horse because we're not reading The Walking Dead again.
No,
No.
never again.
I got nothing at DH, man. Oh, well, I do. Barbalian. Jeff Lemire, his usual, thing that he does is do World of Black Hammer stuff. But no, next time he's giving it to Tate Bromball. And there's a good reason for that. Barbalian is LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better if I assume that Tate Bromball is also that. Fits into that title or whatever.
Hey, this is Jeff Lemire giving some Black Hammer stuff. He's starting to give some
Other
out.
people. Yeah.
First time it's
Oswald's
happened.
gonna write a
First
book.
time. I'm pretty sure it's the first time it's happened.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And they, like I said, they just announced Patton Oswald's going to take over a book.
Yeah, he's doing a book. So
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire just gonna kick back and be like,
Yeah, he is.
Black Hammer is going to be its own
get everybody
thing.
else to write my
Seriously.
shit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be
So
the.
that's it. I know you're reading this. You look like death. I'm not. I'm not reading that. IDW, not much there either.
No, not really this week.
Not
They
really.
do have the Marvel action.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
We do have.
I was going to say,
What?
I'm also reading
A
Yojimbo.
Voyager book. Yeah, I know Gomer's all
And-
over this one.
Yeah, we do have the Voyager book. Angel Hernandez doing the art in it. It should be good. I've seen the preview for it at least. I'm actually going to read this as soon as this show is over. It's actually queued up upstairs. in my room, so.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah,
I
I love Voyager, dude. I know it's not the
I love
best,
Voyager.
but it is easily my favorite of the Star Trek series.
It is my second favorite.
Deep Space Nine is the best.
DCA Sign is the best and my favorite, but Voyager it is so good.
It
I mean,
exemplifies the
honestly,
thing I like
best
about
captain.
Star Trek the most. Yeah,
Best
definitely.
captain.
Without
Best
the
captain.
resume is unbeatable, but the aspect of
She literally
Star
had
Trek,
half a crew that did not want to work together, and she
she
got
got a
them
crew.
to work
Half
together.
the crew is rookies, the other half is traitors.
Mhm.
She has
Genius,
more first
genius.
contacts than any captain
Any
ever.
other captain ever, and
She beat the
still
Borg
manages
on
to-
no less than 3 separate occasions.
That's right.
I'm just
And
saying.
a science class vessel, not no
On a
galaxy
science,
class.
yeah, not an attacker, not a strike ship.
No.
Anyway, the Star Trek. My favorite aspect of Star Trek is it exemplifies the whole found family trope,
Yeah.
and Voyager does it the best. Voyager
best.
does it the best.
I'm
This
also-
book's getting a little bit of hype. Rich
Sorrows.
Duick and Alex Cormack called Sea of Sorrows. I don't know anything about it. Deep sea adventure with a horrific twist. Yeah, I don't know anything about
I
it.
like deep sea horror.
I'm named
do
after
too.
Jules Verne, so of course
Yeah.
I do love deep sea horror. He did create the genre. I'll probably pick it up.
I don't know. Is there
Yeah,
a preview to this, or is it just?
No, there's no preview for this.
No preview.
The cover looks
Interesting.
awesome.
I
the
like
cover's
the I like the
decent.
cover.
It's very subtle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I take it.
All
I
right,
take it.
moving on from IDW into
Oh
Marvel.
wait, I'm gonna say I am reading Yojimbo. Shout out Stan
Oh,
Sakai.
fuck off.
The book is still. Hey man, he's getting a Netflix series. This book's a lot of fun.
We'll see.
If you
he
like,
gets a
if you like
Netflix series.
samurais, it's a great read.
We'll
It is.
see.
It really is. It is. No, they've already announced it. He's getting a
No,
Netflix
they have
series.
announced a lot of things, and they
They
haven't.
have announced. You're right. Touche. It's still
Spider-Man.
Man.
I'm not reading
Still better than
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm reading Spider-Man, and it's meh. It's just okay.
I'm better yet. Me and Adam are getting through Spider-Man. We are getting through Nick
Not
Spencer's run. Well, I'm ready for someone else to take this book already.
I don't think it's
Avengers
gonna happen anytime
Snapshot.
soon.
Oh,
I know that's the worst part. That's why we're getting through this series, Adam. That's why we're getting through it.
Avengers Snapshots, just a little tour through Marvel history and the Avengers. Whatever. There's a preview.
It's a cash grab book.
I mean, it's not. Some of these Marvel Snapshots have been pretty damn good. This one, though, does not look great at all. That art is way too old school for me. It's just a big
that art
turn-off.
does not look great.
I am not a fan. Yeah. All right, moving on. We do have
man, that does
Cable
not
number
look great.
6.
I'm looking forward to this week.
Well, yeah, all
Steve
the X
Scroce-
books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Steve Scroce has a Cable variant cover. It's awesome. Look,
Oh,
is
yeah,
he
that's
going to kill Bay the Blood Moon? Is that what's going to happen? And Cypher going to be pissed?
Cypher is gonna-
Probably.
Oh my gosh, what's going to happen here?
Can't wait.
Oh, so excited.
Oh man, this is gonna
Finally a sword fighting in our book that was promising sword fighting.
Hey, we got sword fighting in one.
We got sword fighting in one. Yeah.
Not really. We got sword smacking, sword breaking. Captain America 25, of course, gets an Alex Ross cover for the the landmark issue.
Oh, and they announced he is leaving this book and he's going back to Black Panther. Yeah, they just announced that.
I'm not sure that's what they announced.
Wait, he's going back to Black Panther?
Yeah, he's going to continue his run.
Now
That's
the
what they
thing is, his run was never canceled. His run was put on hiatus.
Never canceled. It was put on
His run was
hiatus.
put on hiatus.
So
it wasn't because of him. It wasn't because of him. It's because of the artist. So they're bringing it back. I did not hear in that press release that he's leaving Captain America.
I think he's going to leave Cap. You think he's going to do both books?
He's been doing both books.
He could do both books. That'd be interesting if he could weave them together in some way.
I would really like him to
He's
weave
not
it
that good of a
together.
comic book writer.
We don't know yet. He's still young in this.
Ta-Nehisi Coates is one of the best voices our generation has ever had. He is a terrible fucking comic book writer.
I agree with you.
He's just bad at it.
He just doesn't understand the medium of comic books.
Yes.
I think his stuff would be a great novel.
Yeah,
he's a wonderful novelist. He writes memoirs. He writes think pieces. Full books of think pieces, and he's a wonderful mind. We should be thanking everything that we hold dear that we have him.
Yeah,
he's terrible. He's a terrible comic.
I think he's a bad. I'm gonna say this.
His books are good in spite of his actual writing.
He's a great world builder. He's not the best dialogue artist. Because to be fair, his Black Panther has some of the most full Wakanda universe you've ever seen in a Panther book. He has not cheapened the whole effect of Wakanda.
Not at all. I mean, he had a whole book that was just the world of Wakanda, where he just fleshed out Wakanda.
He gave you so many more in-depth characters than any other Panther writer has ever given you, as far as characters who aren't just villains for Panther. So to be fair, he is a great world builder. I think he's got a ways to go with plot device and dialogue. He's a great political writer because he's made the politics of Wakanda very impressive. And to be fair, his Captain America run suffers from the fact there isn't enough politics in the book that he's really tried to make it. Like, it's so funny to me that, like, his whole Panther run was politics until it went into space, and that's kind of where it fell apart. But his Captain America run has had no politics.
While it was in space.
It was still dealing with politics. It was still dealing with, and that was the best part of the space stuff.
I didn't like the space stuff because you could tell he just wanted to throw T'Challa into the role of the outsider, and it seemed kind of cheap the way they did it there.
I think he just wanted to write T'Challa in a Star Trek book, and that's what it read like to me.
Tell him to go to fucking IDW and write Star Trek.
Anyway, I'm not going to
But he wants Black Panther to do Star Trek.
He did. He wanted Black Panther to be Star Trek.
And Nocenti's Last Rites is getting collected. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That's pretty cool. What else we got over at Marvel? Fantastic Four 26.
I haven't read Fantastic Four in a long time.
Terrible book.
I always
Hellions.
pick up the FF. I don't know why,
You're
but I
so
do that to
stupid.
myself.
You're so dumb. You're dumb. You sadist. Zeb Wells, Carmen
I am.
Nunez,
I'm saying it.
Carnero. Yeah, this is technically issue number 2 of the Hellions Ten of Swords tie-in, in which they have nothing to do with the fight. Everything they do happens way before everything that we're seeing now because of the way it's being released.
I definitely always
but
read this book first.
I am very excited to see just how this goes down.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
their job
I want to
was,
see how crazy this gets.
yeah, because
This
the
is
first
gonna
issue
get
of this was
crazy.
nuts, dude.
It
Nuts.
was awesome.
It was it was hilarious.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Zeb Wells is a
And then
great
just seeing
writer.
seeing King Jamie and that other issue later on with
He did it
with
this
the
past
plumage.
week too.
Yep.
Yes.
He had it when he introduces the combatants for the Avalon fight. He's wearing the damn, what the fuck he calls them,
Plumage.
plumage. Yeah,
Plumage.
so
Plumage.
fun, so fun.
This book is a lot of fun.
is.
I love Wells. He's
Immortal.
he's great at
Go
writing
ahead.
characters. He's
Yes,
great at writing.
he's a very good character. Yes,
Great character writer.
100%. Immortal Hulk killer series. I love this cover,
So
the
much
Jeffrey
fun.
Vareggi Hulk cover. I love his style.
That's sick.
So yeah, it's, again, another easily top 20 book because it's selling just like mad all over the place. Everyone loves
It's
Immortal
a
Hulk.
really freaking good
It
book.
is. It's good.
And it's since Planet Hulk has there been a run so good.
Yeah.
There's not
Another book I'm really looking forward to, Indigenous Voices #1. This is a thing that Marvel's been doing, is putting the like a focus, a spotlight, a limelight on different types of creators. And this time around, they're going with Native Americans, Indigenous people. Jeffrey Vareggi is writing finally a story.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Rebecca Rowanhorse, who she's famous for writing like sci-fi novels and shit like that. So I'm really stoked about this. I can't wait to get my hands on this thing.
Also,
It's
like,
probably the book I'm looking forward to the most this week.
Agreed. Like,
Oh,
three of
wow.
my favorite
I
characters.
know,
and
dude. That art looks so good.
Love Moonstar. Love Danny Moonstar.
Yeah. I still have a problem with Danny in some ways.
Why? Because she doesn't have powers anymore?
No, because of the way they depict her as your typical, stereotypical Native American with the braids and that bow and arrow and the freaking tassels and shit. I got a problem
I like
with
to
that.
think she keeps
Come
the braids
into the
because she was a
present,
full.
motherfucker.
She was a Valkyrie, though. She was a Valkyrie, and
That
all
doesn't
the
make
Valkyries have
sense.
braids. All the
It doesn't-
Valkyries have
Not braids like that. Not braids like
No, no.
tied all the way up. It's
She did
definitely
though
a Native
for a while.
American
Have
stereotype.
it is the very. I agree. I agree. Hey man,
But
not
it's
gonna disagree.
cool. Hey,
It's cool.
I'll speak for Eli, who is the only Native American I know and speak to on a regular basis. At least they're throwing him a bone, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
They do have
brown,
a
guys.
Ghost
We don't
Rider.
have anything. We
What?
had that Blue Beetle they canceled like 100 times.
Do you consider Latinx people to be Native American?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna.
In some cases, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
sure how that works because I'm just cis white male. I'm a normal
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I
yeah,
try,
we have Sunspot,
but I'm
but
just
like
the typical guy. But
Sunspot's
I mean,
not pushed the way like most of the other New Mutants have been pushed over the years.
the thing about the Latin American or whatever, the Latino characters in comics is they are not stereotypical. But
No,
Native Americans are still depicted
agreed.
in a
Agreed. I'm
stereotypical
not
way.
disagreeing with you
And
at
it's
all. Not
pathetic.
disagreeing.
It's
It is.
pathetic.
It's rough. It's rough.
It's rough, man.
Rough.
So yeah, we'll see. But I am very, very excited. This is actually the cover I want. This one here.
Oh,
The Ghost Rider cover is cool, but this one, man.
Oh wow, yeah, that one's
Oh
gorgeous.
wow! Speaking of
Oh,
Moonstar,
I'll big it. Oh, it looks so good. So yeah, we'll see. I have high hopes for that. High hopes for that. What else we got? I know we got a couple more. Damn, that's probably in the X's. Venom #30. This is it. This is the last issue of the whatever run, Venom World or whatever the hell.
Venom Beyond.
Venom Beyond. So we'll see. I am so freaking ready for King in Black to just finally be here. And it starts next month.
It's been dragging its feet for a little while.
No, been coming so long. My ass hurts, dude. Just come or just be done with it, okay?
It's coming. It's coming.
Any interest in these at all? This Widowmakers thing stemming out of what would have been the Black Widow movie? Me neither. Me neither.
No, I'm
Like, not
gonna
at
pick any of
all.
these up. No.
Not at all. I don't care about
Maybe if I
any.
saw the movie and actually,
There
Even
it is.
then,
even then, I still don't
that dude
think.
from Stranger Things is gonna get me turned on. Florence Pugh is gonna get me to love the comic book character. I doubt it. Now there
I
were
doubt it, too.
3 X books this week. Which one did I miss? Hellions, Cable. I talked about Cable.
Oh yeah,
and Hellions.
Cable.
So then we're also getting X-Force.
Exports. Yep.
Ben Percy and Gary Duggan teaming up because really they're just crossing over with their
Yeah, with their 2
Wolverine.
books.
So this will be good. This will be good.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
See if any
He
like
fucked up.
fighting happens in this one.
He
Looks like
fucked up.
Brian. Looks like Brian hanging out in the crooked market. Look, looks like they're actually physically gonna run.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh, they're
That's
racing.
awesome.
Oh my gosh! Awesome! That's the dumbest thing
That's awesome.
ever, Jules.
Awesome.
Shut up.
Hey,
We were
I love
promised
the
one
idea
thing.
that they swerved us with the idea that everything was
Swerved
gonna
us.
be sword fight, and not half of these have been sword fights.
Saturday
Yeah.
night's like, all right, everybody bring a sword.
We,
What the hell?
I know. I
Like,
The
mean,
sword- Hey.
sword was just the key to let you into the
it
clubhouse.
let you into
So
the
dumb.
clubhouse,
So
and then you know,
dumb,
like,
dude.
I
And now that you're here, we just play stupid games, you know.
stupid games. Who wants to have a drinking contest? Who wants to go for a run?
So dumb.
Arm wrestling. I got who's
know.
next.
Oh man.
I did. The arm wrestling thing was dumb too.
Oh,
Last week was stupid.
oh.
Freaking
You know what?
idiot.
It's Hickman laughing at us because this is just
He's
that.
trolling us. He's trolling us. He's like,
It's all
I'm
setup.
rich,
It's
bitch.
I still love it all. I still love it all.
I mean, I'm
I still feel like
entertained, but I'm
I'm
not. I'm
so
entertained, like
entertaining.
pissed off the whole time. Like, what the hell?
It is par for the course if you've ever been an X fan. These ridiculous, silly labors they have to go through. I mean, come on, guys. How many arcade arcs have we read through where the X-Men
Oh,
have to do those
gosh,
ridiculous things?
Arcade's still around. He's fucking with Black Widow right now.
Yeah, this is my point. The X-Men have done stuff like this for years. To me, this is, in many ways, a hilarious homage that Hickman is playing on us.
We'll see.
Oh, you think this is weird? The X-Men have done way weirder things.
I am sure by the end of this, shit will hit the fan. We will get, the death and destruction that you're looking for, Gomer.
I hope.
Do they have a whole
moving
book
on.
that's just titled Destruction coming out?
Nothing at Dynamite. Oh, I know. The last book is called Destruction.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Part 22 or whatever the hell. Nothing at Dynamite for me, man.
No.
Nothing. Boom Studios, here we go. Unfortunately, Once in Future has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not reading it anymore. I fell off of it.
It's fun.
And Something is Killing the Children, number 12, also a very good horror book. I'm behind on that one too. Boom got too many damn good books coming out, man.
Boom does have too many.
It's too much.
It's
too
gotten to
much.
the point where Boom does put out more good books than DC does.
Oh, easily. Oh, by
easily.
Far. By far.
But at this point, they're overtaking IDW for me too. Boom has so many fun books.
They are.
Yeah, IDW doesn't do enough original stuff anymore. It's
No, I was
all
just gonna say
licensed
that.
stuff.
There's so many licensed books, and Boom is just like, okay, writer, artist, you guys do whatever you want. You guys
You say
do whatever
that.
you want.
Boom's got Buffy, got Firefly.
Yeah,
Jim
well,
Henson. They
Boom has a
also
healthy
have
mix.
Yes.
Boom has a healthy mix.
Boom is
whereas
what
IDW doesn't.
IDW
Which IDW
was.
is working on it. They had Scarrant Hood come out last week. They have.
This is okay. Did you finish reading that?
It was all right. It was okay.
all right.
I like where it's going.
It was a little too Irish for me, but it was good.
Very Irish.
Very
and
Irish.
It took a while to get there.
Yeah.
But I like
way
where it's
too
going.
much. Oh, I'm a dad. I'm a dad. Like, just shut up. I'm a dad too. You don't hear me bragging about it the whole damn book. Anyway, so moving on from Boom, they do have a couple of winners. Now it's everything else.
Oh yeah.
It's everything else. Bad Mother. There's only 2 issues left of that. That's that AWA book. It's just been okay.
Yeah.
It's been just okay. I got nothing, man.
No, I'm not reading Blade Runner or any of that.
Yeah, I'm not reading that. Here's a book called Children of the Grave coming out. I believe that's Scout Comics. Yeah, Sam Romsberg, Ben Roberts with Giole Filippo. Never heard of that. Earth has been reset, now known as Terra. The populace lives in a blissful ignorance of the centuries of unrest that plagued mankind. Now the Terrans receive all they need from the mysterious but unquestioned provider. Life is free of
Ooh.
hardship, suffering, but something is brewing, and young Terran Daniel is determined to find the truth. It's a sci-fi
Isn't this
book.
that Rye book that Valiant put out like 5 years ago? Isn't that just New Japan? Am I wrong? I feel like I've read that. I just
New
reread
Japan
that
was a
book.
bit more dystopian. This might be dystopian,
But no, like murder had.
but they let
happened
you
in
know
years.
right at the beginning. New
Yeah,
Japan
yeah.
is dystopian. So maybe.
Maybe, but it was like a perfect
I don't
piece
know.
where they had robots to keep them alive and make them feel like they had.
No, I
purpose.
remember that.
Yeah, not shit on that dude's book. Not shit on that dude's book.
I don't know, man.
can't
I ain't
reinvent
got
the wheel.
nothing, man.
No, man.
Doctor Who got a new book coming out. Who cares? Seems like every other month there's a new Doctor Who book
I
coming
was
out.
just gonna say that. I mean, just watch the show. Some things can just
I
not
feel
be a
like,
comic
I
book.
feel
guy.
like every single doctor has their own book over there.
They do. They give each doctor like a mini for a while, and then whoever doctor is going on at the time gets the main book. That's what they do. They also
Here's-
make a bunch of radio plays for each doctor.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
podcast now. Audiobook
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, but they've been doing
here's
those
the- here's
audiobooks for years,
Oh, decades, man.
decades, since before
Yeah,
people
yeah,
gave a shit about
forever.
podcasts. There have been radio plays.
Yeah, before there was
Doctor Who.
computers, there was radio shows
Yeah.
starring Doctor Who.
Yeah, I have a
another-
lot of those tapes somewhere.
Well, you can get them all on podcast now. Another Scout comic, Frank at Home on the Farm #1. Jordan Thomas, Clark Bent. Frank returns from the trenches of World War I, expecting to be greeted by his loving family on their farm. What he finds instead is a dark mystery. His family is missing, and only the animals are there waiting for him. This sets in motion a terrifying and horrific turn of events as Frank begins his desperate search for his missing family.
That's not what it said. It said missing kin.
His mission kinfolk.
That
equal
tells you something about this story.
I
True,
do like the
true.
idea that they've already referenced it's equal parts The Shining and Twin Peaks.
That sounds dope,
Sweet.
dude.
That does sound dope, dude.
And that cover is rad.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a really
that
cool
is
cover.
I'm gonna have to
rad.
check this one out.
I am
Yeah,
definitely checking.
I'm definitely checking Frank at Home on the Farm out. That looks cool.
That was cool.
What else? Man, it's Grendel, Kentucky. I didn't like the first issue.
I like the first issue. I'm definitely down for this.
All right. Hollywood Trash. I heard that was pretty good. I never got my hands on an issue #1.
Oh yeah, it was a fun read.
Got nothing, man.
Yeah.
Recount. How timely is this book?
Oh,
Jonathan
no.
Hedrick, who is a great writer. I don't remember the name of the book, but I interviewed this guy on Comic Cast months ago. Anyway, after the assassination of a U.S. president, the conspirators turned their sights on all who helped him get into power. By this, they mean to kill everyone who helped him ascend to the presidency, including the ordinary citizens who elected him. Essentially plunging the entire country into civil war. Wow, a bit too on the nose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little on the nose there.
a little too much.
Yeah,
I'm
Smidge
reading
too
it. I'm gonna check it out. Jonathan
Check
Hedrick
it out,
knows
you
his
tell me.
shit.
you let me know if it's any good.
Yeah, I'm checking this one out for sure. What else we got here? Not much, guys. It's kind of a weak week.
It is.
It started so strong. Image has got
It
good
did.
books. Boom's got good books. Marvel's got
It
some
did.
pretty good books.
So I gotta say my 3: Commanders in Crisis for sure.
Definitely. 7
I'll
to Eternity for me.
No, I'll go
One
with
minute.
Death Metal.
I'm really excited
I'll go
for
with
that book
Death
coming
Metal
back.
as well. And I don't know. I'll go with that stupid Star Trek book, Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning #1. Even though there are 3 X books coming out, to hell with it.
Oh, well, I'm definitely excited about the 3X books.
I'm
Those are definitely
definitely
on my list.
Next book.
That Frank at the Farm, I'm going to check out because
Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun.
Death Metal, definitely, because it's been good, even though it's just been long.
Yeah. It hasn't even been long. It's just taken forever to get out, man.
To come out, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy that Grindel, Kentucky book, so I'm gonna check that one out. And then Commanders in Crisis, because that first issue was
also shout out that Indigenous Voices #1 over at Marvel Comics. That's high on my list this week too. Jules, anything that you want to put exclamation point behind?
Still really fun. I have not been disappointed in any issue. I'm excited about 7 to Eternity coming back. I'm interested to see where Black Magic goes because it's the end of an arc.
Yeah.
It's a really fun read, Gomer.
It is. I'm just so far behind, dude.
It's worth getting caught back up. Because I did too. I because it went on hiatus. I was like, and then when it started coming back out, I still left out, and then I just got caught back up, and I actually can't wait to read this issue.
Man, Strange Academy #1 is in a 5th printing.
Wow!
That's hard to believe.
That is
man, that's crazy. Anything to get 5th printing.
That's an amazing book, though.
It is a really amazing book.
But it's just that book. It's all new characters. It's yeah.
It's why you love Marvel. That book.
It's a kid's book.
It's a kid's book, but it's not just a kid's book. If you're an older fan, it's one of those books that will remind you why you read comic books.
It does have that old feel, like
it reminds you of when you were young.
Yeah,
when you made new friends, when you felt insecure. Now that you're older, what it's like to try and connect with young people. Doctor Strange is one of the best parts of that book because he's not
he's detached.
He's detached. He's not the teacher you expect him to be. He's not the teacher he expects him to be.
I don't like that at all.
I
think he should be there more often.
He should be there more. Oh my god. Half the things that happen wouldn't happen.
I mean, Brother Voodoo is not bad, but he's
I love Brother Voodoo.
Kind of bad.
Oh, he's terrible, but it's great that he's terrible.
Awesome.
I love that book.
All right, let's wrap this thing because we're coming back tomorrow again. That's the big news. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the Geekterion collection returns with. We're going to talk about the Matrix, not the Matrix 2, not the Matrix 3.
I'm sure they'll come up.
They will come up only in the context of why is the first one bad. First one is only bad because they made 2 more.
There it is.
The only reason.
It's just like there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. There's only 1 Matrix.
I didn't mind that other one. I didn't mind that one.
There's only 3.
There's only 3.
There's only 2 Star Wars movies. No, I'm kidding.
What? No, there's at least.
There's 11 of them.
No,
you have to include all of them.
Because there's definitely an original.
Mando is still the best Star Wars ever made.
I was just gonna say that. Now Mando is the best thing that's ever happened to Star Wars.
The last episode,
by a long shot.
I watched Mando while I'm at work on Friday mornings, right? While I'm working, and my kid watches it, and I sort of do part of my job in like the room where he hangs out most of the time, and there's a TV and everything. So we put it on, and I'm like, 35 minutes. The episode was only 35 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's a bunch of bullshit, dude. At the end of it, I was like, oh my gosh, that was the best 30 minutes of TV I've seen all year. It was so good. Yeah,
show's amazing. That's the best thing to ever happen to Star Wars.
Oh, it truly is.
It really is.
So yeah, again, join us tomorrow, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. Geekterion Collection. The Comic Book Bullies will be hanging out. Leroy.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun.
Gonna hang out. So yeah, we're gonna dive deep into that. You're listening to this show on either Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Go to those other platforms that you're not on right now. Search for Outright Geekery. Like us over there. Tell your friends. Share us around. We would really appreciate it. Also, go to patreon.com/outrightgeekery. There you can make a donation or give us $1. Just a tip, $1 a month. That's all we're looking for. We would really appreciate that too. What else, man? Check out all the other shows. We got our regular Sunday night show, this Monday night show. We're doing Geekterion tomorrow. We got a top 5 coming probably next week or the week after. Gosh.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun month, guys.
It's got a fun freaking month. We also got Big Willie doing Creators Outlet, OK Boomer over there with Thomas, and 5-minute reviews all throughout the week right here on the Outright Geekery Network on all of our channels. So stay tuned for that. But thanks most of all for checking in, coming in, hanging out with us. We truly appreciate it. Come back again next week. We'll talk more books right here, right then.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
had to throw him.
I think he does that better than David.
Oh man, don't say that.
I don't know if I do that better than David. Don't say that, David.
Take that personal.
David does it much better than I do.
I don't know if
I just messing with you, David.
Ego.
We love you, David.